Geauga Local Access Cable GTV is proud to bring you high school sports. We are in Chardon at Memorial Field as the undefeated Hilltoppers open up their postseason run. Good evening, everybody. Jamie Ward along with Matt Jaworski. Matt, the Hilltoppers hosting the Bedford Bearcats tonight. And Chardon, what a magical season. Best season since 1998, which happens to be Mitch Hewitt's senior year, if we go all the way back. Now the head coach. You have watched this team all year. It's been impressive.
Jamie, perfect season. I think that says it all right there. This team has been amazing on offense. The key, getting out to a big lead early on and letting the defense just wreak havoc on the field. They're playing a Bedford team tonight that has had turnover issues, self-inflicted turnover issues. So if that defensive line can pressure the QB, some good things can happen tonight. And you never know. First time a team's seeing a wing T like Bedford is, they just might get lost defensively.
Well, they're going to have to be on their game tonight. The Hilltoppers have run for almost 4,200 yards on the ground. Bedford probably has not seen an offense like that this season. Well, we'll pause, show you the band, be back for the kickoff here on GTV. Hilltopper Playoff Football is brought to you by the Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club, in coordination with GTV and the considerable support of the following businesses. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Burr Funeral Home, Conic Law, LLC, Foot and Ankle Specialists of Ohio, Junction Auto Family, the Chardon Smile Center, the Middlefield Banking Company, Square Bistro and Lore Bistro and Sushi Bar, Consumer Tire, Keller Williams, El Patron, Ison Racing Team, DNS Automotive, the Goddard School, Residence Artists, Great Lakes Cheese, Spencer Printing Concepts, the Bass Lake Tavern and Inn, Precision Orthopedics, Boozagon Audio Video, the Chardon Athletic Boosters, Aquedoc, GTV. Hilltopper Playoff Football on GTV is also brought to you by Cabanas and Chesterland Tavern, Adler Sports and Ash Mayfield Window Cleaning, Chardon Welding, and Alvord's Yard and Garden. Hilltopper Playoff Football on GTV is also brought to you by CCM, Chardon Chester Rental and Chardon Tavern, KT's Custom Logos and Less Engineering, the McCaskey Team, and Joe Burnett at Union Home Mortgage.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the 2016 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. The band is being led onto the field tonight by drum major Nicholas Schregel. The Hilltopper Marching Band would like to thank all of our band parents for their endless support, from volunteering to serve band camp lunches to help with uniform fittings. We couldn't do it without you. All right, Topper fans, put your hands together for the Chardon High School Fight Song. Ladies and gentlemen, will you now stand as we honor America with the playing of our country's national anthem and remain standing as the band performs the Chardon High School alma mater. All right, Topper fans, put your hands together for the Hey Song.
And the Hilltoppers approaching the tunnel. If you're listening live at home here on GTV, thanks for joining us. And we will pause as they enter the field. And so Chardon is here and ready to go. The fog machines were out tonight as they took the field, and there is a little bit of fog in everyone's breath, although still a very pleasant night for Friday Night Football. Thanks for joining us at home. If you're listening live or watching us on replay, whether it's on GTV or for free on demand now on our website, geaugatv.org. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski, the Hilltoppers, facing off against the Bedford Bearcats. Chardon won the toss, declined, and Bedford will then receive the football and go from right to left. And so, Matt, as we start out here tonight, we're going to get a chance to see this Bedford offense that a lot of people have been talking about.
Absolutely, Jamie. This is an offense that averages 34, let's call it 35 points per game. They've picked up 136 first downs on the year, and they are very good at running the football, have rushed about 1,300 yards or so, close to 1,400, but passing is where they've had a lot of success, have thrown for almost 2,300 yards on the year and 26 touchdowns. Now, their air game is subject to the interception. They have a 2-to-1 ratio when it comes touchdowns to interceptions. So the Chardon defense, which has picked off QBs this year, might have some opportunities tonight, Jamie.
One of those defensive backs, Shane Quinn, was the young man who held the pickaxe as the team took the field, number 1, and he is a senior. This is a Chardon defense that has been unstoppable against the run, but they will be tested in that defensive secondary, and we will see how they will do. One of the big Hilltopper weapons this season is out on the field, and that's number 14, Ethan Ziegenfuss, the kicker. Matt, we have seen it all season long. He's got a big right foot, and he has been a great weapon in making the opponents start out deep in their own territory.
Jamie, he certainly does. Now, you got to watch out, though, because when it comes to the return guys here for Bedford, they've had 2 return touchdowns this year. Trenton Cloud and Davian Johnson both have taken it to the house this year. And Cloud is the guy, number 10, who you really have to watch out for here on the near sidelines. Those neon green shoes and high green socks.
There are 3 Bearcats back, Johnson and Cloud, and they're joined in the middle by number 3. And that is D'Angelo Howard. 12 minutes on the clock. We started just a little bit later here tonight than Chardon was used to. 7:30. And it'll be 7:31 as we get things underway. It is a good kick, and it'll be returnable by Howard from his own 1-yard line. Return team is there, and Howard breaks it past the 30 down to the 32-yard line. You saw immediately there some Bedford speed, but Chardon is able to make the tackle. So out onto the field is the Bedford offense. They are in all white today, and they've got white helmets with that green color. This is a team 7 wins, 3 losses, but they lost 3 of their last 4 games. So not playing as well down the stretch. And on 1st and 10, here's the quarterback, and he's brought down by Chase Klein, the junior middle linebacker and one of the team's leaders.
Absolutely. Chase Klein has been huge this year, Jamie, the Division I recruit, making his presence known on the field from that first play.
Let's talk about this Hilltopper defensive line. Ryder Davis, Tyler Bowles, Dustin Clute, and Kyle McCaffrey. Those 4 young men have been outstanding. They will change things up a little bit, and right now they've only got 3 defensive linemen. From the gun on 2nd down and 10. Pass is complete, but immediately brought down after a pickup of just 2.
Yeah, good coverage by Jesse Smith. Jamie, it's the secondary that's going to be tested tonight. We're going to see a lot of defensive backs in this game. Really, probably only a couple linebackers, Klein and Sivas. You know, we're going to see guys like Ethan Ziegenfuss, his brother Mason, John McKnight, Shane Quinn, Jesse Smith, probably Brandon Frania. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Dylan Hemley in there as well.
3rd down and 8. Bedford's going to throw. Screen pass is caught. Breaks 1 tackle. still on his feet, wrapped up short of the first down and driven backward. It's about 4 yards shy of the first down. The ball is on the 38-yard line. Clock is running, and it looks as though Bedford will send their punter out on the field. Kevin Brewer, number 2, is the Bedford punter. And they are coached by Sean Williams in his 7th year out of Ohio University. Good snap and good pressure, left-footed in the air. Didn't get much under it, and Ziegenfuss will make the fair catch at the 26-yard line. And now we see the Chardon Hilltoppers offense, led by quarterback Tommy Beninati, who this season on 173 carries in the regular season ran for 1,769 yards out of that wing T offense. That's 10 yards per carry, and he scored 23 times on the ground. Lots of weapons for Chardon. We'll talk about them here on 1st and 10. And again, everyone right on your screen. It is Beninati around the end, gets a block, and there he goes. Into Bedford territory, cuts it back far side, 30, 25, and he runs out of room, eventually brought down. But it's a huge first play. Terrence Robinson has the tackle.
Well, Jamie, that's what we expect. That's what we've seen all season long, first off. We have seen Chardon have such great success. They come around the end, and they can just take off.
Chardon is on the Bedford 22-yard line after that play.
52 yards.
One receiver for Chardon. And Beninati from the gun. And we may have our first penalty. It's going to be offsides against Bedford.
And neutral zone infraction. And that's what this Bearcat team does not want to do, Jamie, is start to give Chardon and short situations. They have not faced a team that runs like the Hilltoppers this year.
Kyle McCaffrey will come off the field, and Dom Ritchie, the split end, comes on, number 36. Everyone else on the screen. There's Joey Dinko. Big weapon to Beninati's left. Ziegenfuss is in motion. Fake. It's Beninati straight up the middle. He's got positive yards, and he's got a first down. It was 1st and 5. Offensive line of James Bryant, Justin Stanko, Cam Neas, Dustin Clute, Eric Mollet, number 55.
Don't forget Butala, the tight end. Nice blocking tight end here in this Hilltopper line. Basically acts as another end.
8:45 first quarter. Chardon driving, Ziegenfuss in motion. The fake, again Beninati, straight ahead. He's got about 5 yards. This is exactly what you'd expect to see from Chardon. They use Dinko and Joe Sivas as fullback. We've seen Ziegenfuss. We'll see John McKnight, Kyle McCaffrey at times.
We're in that area now, I was going to say, where you start thinking about just hammering it on home. Maybe we'll see a couple gives to Joe Sivas here, just that fullback dive.
Sivas is the fullback. And there he is, straight ahead, running. He's got about 4 more for Chardon, so he's going to be 3rd down and short. Ball is on the 7-yard line.
I just love the way that Joe Sivas runs, because he's a guy that just wants to run through you, over you, and he's going to do whatever he can to basically initiate the contact and knock you backwards.
Another guy, 500 yards on 60 carries, used as a decoy quite a bit as well. He's got 10 touchdowns. 3rd down and 1. Beninati will keep it straight ahead. It looks like he has it, and he does. 1st down.
Now, Toppers will now have a short and goal situation, Jamie. And the Bearcat defense, which has given up just Well, they average about 28.5 points per game. Facing a difficult situation here because they don't know who's going to be getting the football.
The Hilltoppers, right now, Bedford's in a lot of trouble. They don't know who should be on the field and who shouldn't. And there's a penalty flag that comes in. Chardon right now is going toward the Chardon Crazies, who are out in force, dressed in all red. The penalty flag is a legal procedure against Chardon, so Bedford catches a break. They were running a couple guys in and another guy out.
They might have just been too anxious to get it going, Jamie, to get Bedford offsides, or to catch them off guard, if you will.
Clock is running, 7 minutes. A full house here at Memorial Field. Bedinati fakes it, keeps it, far side, touchdown. He's in very easily, untouched. And the 6-yard score for Bedinati makes it 6-0.
Great job by the blockers to seal off that right side. And Bedinati, we've seen it so many times this year, Jamie, just take that burst of speed and head right into the end zone for 6.
He set it up with the big 50-yard run, and now Ziegenfuss is on for the extra point. We'll see if maybe he tries to hit the scoreboard here.
He's good at that.
Good snap. It's on its way, and it does not hit the scoreboard. It is caught, though, by a fan. Nice job. And so Chardon holds on defense, goes right down the field, and they lead 7-0 here on GTV when we come back. And so we are back. Boy, the Hilltoppers. And this is really what they've done, Matt. You've seen it in all 10 games. Saw it in the first 5 games here at home as well. Just, they get on top of teams very early, and they tend to bury teams early. And that has been a very big strength.
Exactly. When you're down, when you find yourself down early, a lot of times it's very difficult to recover.
Touchback into the end zone. D'Angelo Howard was 2 yards deep. And so here comes this Hilltopper defense again against the Bearcat offense. We saw them throw a lot of short routes early on. They like to run 4 wide receivers. We've mentioned Davian Johnson and Trenton Cloud. They've also got Jalen Smith and Jeremy Collins. Their running back is Tishawn Gunter. And right now they've got 4 wide receivers, 3 here on the near side, the left side of their formation. Good snap from the gun with time, another screen, and the nice break of a tackle for a first down. Howard gets about 14.
He made Cyrus miss, and Cyrus, that's one of the few times this year he's looked bad, Jamie, on that play. And you have to give the young man from Bedford a lot of credit on that play. It was a great spin move down there on the far side of the field.
Ball is on the 33-yard line. Same formation. We've seen Boone be very calm out of that gun. Here comes a blitz, and he's going to get sacked. Look toward the middle of the field, and then he's brought down by a number of black jerseys. Cyrus looked to be in there, and just when it seemed like Boone was going to step up in the pocket, he goes down, and it's going to be a loss of 5 on the play.
Jamie, this is what Bedford has been susceptible to all year long, is pressure on the QB. If Chardon can do that, it's going to be a very long night for Boone.
Bad snap. It's a fumble. He picks it up, and he's going to be sacked again. Way back this time.
Joe Cyrus making him pay. You look back over the year, and Joe Cyrus has come up with a huge number of big tackles. That time, that's a huge sack. And now if you're Bedford, you got to be thinking, oh my goodness, we just hope that this isn't good for, you know, in their minds, a repeat of an earlier game.
Head coach Mitch Hewitt right now getting the Crazies fired up. And he is headset off looking over there They all have thunder sticks tonight. And it is 3rd down and 25. Just a 4-man rush, little screen to Howard, nothing going. He gets a couple yards, and the Bearcats will again have to punt.
Want to go back to that sack, Jamie. It came off a bad snap. Bedford in week number 9, they were playing Lorraine, had 6 turnovers in that contest, 2 interceptions and 4 fumbles, and those 4 fumbles were all on errant snaps.
They're going to not even try to kick it, and he goes down. The punter immediately started running left. I don't know if that was a fake or if there were just so many black jerseys.
I don't think Jamie Brewer felt that he had a chance to punt the football.
Kevin Brewer took that ball and started running to his left, and there were at least 4 Hilltoppers going full speed. So Bedford in a nightmare situation right now, unable to block Chardon. And now the Hilltopper offense back out on the field. They are on the Bedford 18-yard line.
This is deja vu at the South game.
There's the give. Dinko's first carry inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line.
Last week against Willoughby South, Matt Duffy did not punt the football in the first half. He elected to go for it on 4th downs. And one of those opportunities ended up giving Chardon the ball inside the South 20-yard line, Jamie. And they made South pay. And right now, Chardon looking to cash in on a bad job by the Bedford Bearcats on that last punt.
1st down and goal from the 7. Again, Dinko running right side. He's in. Touchdown.
Why not? Joey Dinko, one of 2,000-yard rushers for the Hilltoppers, gets another TD.
That is his 16th touchdown, rushing touchdown on the season. 19th overall. And there are 4 minutes on the scoreboard here in the first quarter. Kick is up and good. Wow. Well, nothing changes here in the postseason. Chardon out to a 14-0 lead. Just 8 minutes into this one when we come back. And we're back here at Memorial Field. Thanks for joining us. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski. Don't forget, GTV, you can now watch the replay of this game by visiting GTV.org. You can see it all weekend long and then maybe forever. Just go to our website for free on demand. GTV.org. Another kick. This one is fielded at the 5-yard line, and Bedford coming into the middle of the field across the 20 down to the 23-yard line. That was Davion Johnson, one of the Bedford weapons. And right now, one of these keys early on was going to be what kind of time would Bedford have on offense in that second drive. The answer was none at all.
They have not looked comfortable, Jamie, against this Hilltopper defense. And Bedford, losers of 3 in a row entering this game, so momentum has not been on their side.
Snap and the give straight ahead, positive yards, about 5 yards. That is Tashawn Gunter.
This Hilltopper defense, Jamie, a lot has been made on the low amount of points that they have given up.
Bedford was on quite a streak. Straight ahead again. Gunter stomped at the line of scrimmage, no gain. You said 3 straight, but it was 3 of 4 that they lost.
Sorry, 3 of 4.
And coming into that stretch, This was a team that was averaging about 40 points a game, and then suddenly Not so much. They only had 7 against Lorraine, like you mentioned, 20 against Copley. Feast or famine, really.
It's been rough for them.
It's 3rd down and 5. They have not had a first down. There's a pass, and it is caught. Nice throw and a nice catch across the 40 down to the 42. That was Trenton Cloud who hung in there. Number of Hilltoppers around him. And now Bedford can at least take a deep breath. They're going to go right back to the offensive line. There's the give. Again, Gunter straight ahead a couple of yards.
Jamie, this Bedford squad scored a Bedford Bearcat Stadium record 68 points in the opening week against Berea Mid-Park. After that, they put up 46 against Nordonia, 33 against Shaker Heights, 35 against Warrensville Heights, 41 and 40 against Maple and Garfield Heights before they fell into that 3 of 4 loss stretch there. But what simply amazes me is the fact that teams still try to run against this Hilltopper defense.
2nd down from the gun, 4 wide receivers. There's the give and no gain. Again, right at the line of scrimmage. Chardon is there.
We were talking about it before the game, Jamie, and this Hilltopper defense gave up during the year 785 rushing yards, so about 78.5 yards per game.
And they were facing some pretty top ball carriers at times. We know that much.
Absolutely. You got Van Pelt from Riverside, Christian Wright from Brush, Daddario from West G.
124 and counting. First quarter. 3rd down. The throw. Knocked down.
Chase Klein got his hand on it. You can't throw the ball where that big man can jump and hit it down.
Chase Klein, 6'3", and he had no problem batting it down. Bedford has to make another decision. They will send the punt team out. They're having an issue blocking Chardon's punt rush. And let's see what they do here. It's Brewer again. He's got time. Left foots it. Ziegenfuss is going to let it hit. And it takes a great roll for Bedford. Now he's going to pick it up at his own 5. And he's hit and brought down at about the 14-yard line.
I think Ziegenfuss there thought it might roll into the end zone, but he looked behind him and said, oh boy, that ball's going to stop around the 5. Picked up, at least he brought it up to about the 10-yard line.
Will Chardon on 2 possessions has gone down and scored 2 touchdowns. A 6-yard Beninati strike and a 7-yard Dinko score, both coming on the right side of that offensive line. They have been running the same formation. We asked head coach Mitch Hewitt if they might change things up. He just kind of laughed. Beninati is going to throw it. Now he's going to tuck it. On the move, across the 20. And he's got a nice gain. It's a first down. He gets about, it looks like about 11 yards.
You look at Tommy Beninati, his passing through the air this year. 20 of 40 overall, 50% obviously, has thrown for 523 yards and 8 touchdowns. He has been very smart and very effective when he throws the football. He picks and chooses, and if nothing's open, he just tucks it and runs like you just saw right there.
4 times per game, and that's when he actually lets it go. Not often. Hard snap, turns, gives it straight ahead between the tackles. Solid yards. That is number 23.
Tyler Waskovich, wow.
Getting into the game. Tyler.
Surprised to see Tyler in the game. He's been one of those guys that has come in usually later on in the game, but must have earned some playing time, Jamie. And certainly love to see that.
He's on the depth chart at linebacker as well. Excellent lacrosse player. Probably the best here at Chardon High School with their lacrosse program in its 2nd year. And that is going to do it. First quarter is over here at Memorial Field. The Hilltoppers lead 14-0, and they have the football. So, first round of the playoffs, same story for Chardon. Don't go anywhere here on GTV. Hilltopper Playoff Football is brought to you by the Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club in coordination with GTV and the considerable support of the following businesses. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Burr Funeral Home, Iconic Law, LLC, Foot and Ankle Specialists of Ohio, Junction Auto Family, the Chardon Smile Center, the Middlefield Banking Company, Square Bistro and Lore Bistro and Sushi Bar, Consumer Tire, Keller Williams, El Patron, Ison Racing Team, DNS Automotive, the Goddard School, Residence Artists, Great Lakes Cheese, Spencer Printing Concepts, the Bass Lake Tavern and Inn, Precision Orthopedics, Boozagon Audio Video, the Chardon Athletic Boosters, Aquedoc, GTV. Second down and 5 coming. Hilltoppers now switching sides. They're going from right to left in the all-black uniforms with that script Chardon on the helmet. It's Dinko running the football, and he's got positive yards. Give him about 3. John McKnight, the sophomore, number 27, will come off the bench for the Hilltoppers. And Dom Ricci also back in.
Just
a lot of familiar faces here tonight. We saw Andy Fetchick back here in the house, former high school principal, whose kids still go to Chardon. Here's Dinko in motion. The give straight ahead to the fullback. Second effort by Sivas, and he's going to be close to the first down. One line judge says no.
Boy,
so
I don't like that spot. That's a terrible spot.
So it's going to be 4th down and 1, and there is 0 hesitation by the Hilltopper offense. They're going to keep that unit out on the field. They are on their own 36-yard line.
Jamie, it's been the MO since Mitch Hewitt came here. If you think you're the better team and you need to get a yard, you're going to go for it. And right now,
they're going to take a timeout using the entire play clock. And they want to make sure they have this right. And now's a great time to thank our funding communities.
Absolutely. Can't believe time flew by in the first quarter that we didn't do this. But I want to thank our GTV funding communities, including those not funding this contest for their year-round support. Our funding communities include Burton Village, the city of Chardon, Chardon Township, Hamden Village, Munchin Township, and Middlefield Village. As always, thank you for your support here on GTV. And Jamie, when you look at this decision by Chardon, the only question comes, if you don't make this, now you give Bedford the ball inside your own 40-yard line. Do you have confidence in your defense to make a stop? And Mitch Hewitt certainly does.
Yeah, no reason to think that they cannot get a yard here. And they really like to go for it when things are going well. Man in motion, Beninati around end. First down, Hilltoppers, and a lot more. There goes Dinko, left side, breaking tackles, 25-20. He's got one man to beat, touchdown.
A 64-yard touchdown run by Dinko. And he is well on his way to having a big night here early in the second quarter. Wow.
It is not unusual for a Hilltopper offense to go for it on a 4th down like that. And when you're running the wing T, if you're the defense and you're trying to keep Chardon from getting just 1 yard, that's when you're most vulnerable, because Dinko around end takes it to the house. And everyone was expecting the run between the tackles. Here's Ziegenfuss. And the score now 21-0.
Well, Jamie, Bedford's downfall has been what Chardon has done all season long. Score early and often, and when the Bearcats have had that happen, they have not been able to respond back in games. And boy, against this tough Hilltopper defense, it's going to be very tough for Bedford to get themselves back in this one. But, the issue now for Chardon is you need to put them away while you're up 21 points. We saw them toy around with Mayfield earlier in the season. Mayfield came back from a 30-7 deficit, made that game close until the end. And you don't want to have that happen tonight in week 1 of the playoffs.
Mitch Hewitt A Chardon graduate in 1999, came back to his alma mater. I remember Mitch's senior year when he was playing football in '98. The Hilltoppers went 10-0 that year. They went to the state finals, lost on a very memorable play for Northeast Ohio football fans. The hook and ladder under a minute to go in that game. Heartbreaking defeat for Chardon. Fast forward to 2016, and now Mitch, as the head coach, has this group at 10-0 and cruising here in the first round. This was a team that had so many seniors, 20 plus, coming back who were going to start on both sides of the ball, and they knew how high the expectations were going to be. Ziegenfuss with a little pooch kick. Tough to handle, but it is picked up by Bedford, and it's across the 30 down to the 32-yard line. Coach back in 1998, of course, Bob Doyle, who really turned this Chardon program around for a number of years. A legend. And then Mitch Hewitt, after graduating from Chardon, he went to Bowling Green State University, played 1 year there under Urban Meyer, and came back as an assistant coach, traveled from Chardon to West G to Riverside, and now back here as the head coach in his 6th season. Throwing on first down the field. It is caught. Big play down the left-hand side of a gain of almost 30 yards.
Trenton Cloud, boy, he's one of those, they're big play guys, Jamie. We talked about his ability on the return game, but you look at what he's done offensively, and when it comes to receiving, 32 receptions for 723 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Leads the team, and he got behind that single coverage and was hit in stride. Great throw by Boone. 1st and 10. They're going to run it. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Now, Bedford's answer, Jamie, and what they have to do, if you want to beat Chardon, you're not going to do it with the ground game. You have to do it through the air. Boone on the year completed about 51% of his passes for 2,259 yards and 26 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. He's got some good receivers with some decent size, but
Ethan Ziegenfuss is the cornerback on him on the far side of the field. Oh, that's a false start, but no whistle. Wow. Throwing in trouble and sacked. Joe Sivas again comes through and makes the play. Boone did not see him coming. It's another big loss of 10 yards.
No, and he had Lemuel McMichael open as a safety, as that check down, if you will, and just completely missed him. He was wide open. Great job again by the Chardon defensive line, Jamie. And we talked about this in the opening. If they pressure the QB, good things are going to happen. It's now 3rd and 20.
Cornerback is Jesse Smith here on the near side. They're looking in Smith's direction. The throw over the head of Cloud and incomplete. No chance he had of catching that in the middle of the field. And so the Bearcats, I mean, really, on 4th and 20, they don't have much of a choice. Going to have to punt the football away. We've got 8:56 to go here in the second quarter.
Well, the other problem for Bedford is Chardon is 2 possessions away from making this a running clock contest in the second half, which it's becoming a common thing.
High kick by Brewer. Ziegenfuss fair catches it at the 16-yard line. He looked over, and I think Mitch Hewitt said, hey, there was nobody really there. But Ziegenfuss just playing it safe. And why not? Ahead 21-0. It's not like he needs to do anything on special teams. Just give the ball to the offense.
Too, Jamie, sometimes those high punts, they can come a little wobbly, and you just want to make sure that you make the catch and don't turn it over, because this Chardon offense, 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns.
A 6-yard Beninati score, a 7-yard Dinko score, and a 64-yard Dinko strike on 4th down. They take back over on their own 15. Beninati under center. Dinko is in motion. The give is to Sivas, and there he goes. 40, 50, Can he outrun the secondary? 20, 15, and he is brought down at the 3-yard line.
Dinko's longest run of the year right now.
Sivas, fullback. He runs out of gas, Matt. I mean, just plain and simple. The fullback there just ran out of gas.
82 yards on that run for Sivas. Again, his longest of the season, Jamie. Usually he's good for just about 7 or 8 straight up the middle.
He went up the middle on that carry, and this is what we've seen all year. When the defense has not seen this wing T, they usually struggle. First and goal, and
Bedford, I believe, just called the timeout.
We have a timeout, and it was the Bearcats who used their first of the half. Well, Chardon knocking on the door, getting ready to score again. We'll be back, Memorial Field, here on GTV. Well, back here in the second quarter, Beninati's under center, far side of the field, kind of far from us. The give straight ahead, it was a fullback, was not Sivas though. That was McCaffrey, Kyle McCaffrey, hard-nosed young man who is known much more for his defensive line play. But he's in there trying to get some tough yards. He was stopped short. Sivas ends up going down.
Jamie, McCaffrey's a guy who we haven't seen actually run the football in about 5 or 6 weeks.
Beninati again under center. He gives it to Dinko, and there goes Joey. Touchdown, he is third. This one from 4 yards.
Well, everybody just get your hats out and start throwing them.
Set up by the Sivas 82-yard dive. And it is now 27-0. Well, for the Chardon Hilltoppers fans who are here tonight and feel a little bit burned out after that World Series that Indians fans had to watch, it must be nice to come back out and see this kind of performance.
Well, nothing changing with the way the Hilltoppers play.
Ziegenfuss's kick again is way up and over behind all of those fans over by the concession stands. And so, with 7:55 to go before halftime, it's 28-0 Hilltoppers. Well, the Bedford Bearcats are the same 3 players back to receive. It is Howard, Cloud, and Johnson. Ziegenfuss again. This kick is a line drive, and it was the best one of the night. Into the end zone. He can go near side, far side, down the middle. We've seen a pooch kick.
Well, and the thing, too, is, Jamie, when you're putting up an average of 48 points per game, you give Ziegenfuss roughly, 7-8 kickoffs a game. And he has the opportunity to practice his placement, a different number of kicks.
Right. And, his brother Mason, who's a junior, is this team's punter. He is an incredible talent as well. He just doesn't get a chance to kick very often, such is the life of a Chardon punter. 1st and 10 for Bedford. They will throw. Pump fake. Has time. Deep over the middle. Cloud has it again. Another big play for the Bearcats. And it comes to about the 45-yard line.
Well, you mentioned 21 Mason Ziegenfuss, and that time Ziegenfuss, I think he might have lost the ball in the air because he kind of stopped. Cloud kept running and was able to time that catch perfectly, and just Ziegenfuss unfortunately couldn't jump high enough to bat it away.
3rd big play for Bedford, but they have not been able to string them together. It was a good throw by Boone. When he has time, he's very talented. Here's again the run, and it's a loss. Driving back, the ball carrier is that Hilltopper defensive line.
Jamie, I just for the life of me don't get it. I mean, you have Gunter, who averages about 7 yards a carry, McMichael 4.5, Johnson 11 when he gets some touches. But, you know, this is a passing team. You're down by 28. You might as well just throw it every time out at this point.
Hilltoppers coming out of blitz. 3 guys. Oh, and Boone is hit as he throws. It's through the hands of the intended receiver. That was number 18, Jeremy Collins. But Boone got it away, knocked to the ground. He is okay. He's fine. That's a pretty big hit. That's the type of thing that you usually see on Sunday afternoons.
Just a huge hit. And that's going to make him think twice when he's going to be throwing the football the next time around. That means he's got to get it off quicker.
He's been sacked tonight. It's 3rd down and 10. Again, blitz coming. Boone has time throwing. Pass is caught right at the 1st down marker. It'll depend on the spot.
Good coverage by by Ethan Ziegenfuss. And this is going to be
4th down is the call. 1 yard shy. So Bedford's going to go for it here. They trail 28-0. But I don't know that they have any positive rushing yards yet today. Into the game comes some of the big young men, Dustin Clute and also Tyler Bowles.
Chardon going to have to burn a timeout. They were not ready. Too many men on the field.
They brought in their traditional defensive line of Bowles, and they wanted to bring Clute in. And you're right, they had 2 guys trying to get off, so they go ahead and take their 2nd timeout. It comes with 7:04 here left before halftime.
But Jamie, why not? You can't take them into halftime with you. Do the smart thing. That's what Chardon did. They can regroup. The other thing too is, you know, Bedford a 4th and 1. They can do a lot of things here, Jamie. A little QB sneak, a little screen pass. If you're Chardon, which the defenses do you bring out? Do you bring out your nickel, your dime? You know, what are you going to do here to defend this play?
Well, we saw what they were going to do, and that is bring in their traditional 5-man defensive line. That will leave them vulnerable, you're right, but boy, it's tough to throw the ball down the field on 4th and 1.
Well, the other thing is if you don't have time to throw it down the field either, if you've got 5 guys coming at you.
Clute, Bowles, McCaffrey on the line. There are 4 of them. And they are now in a wildcat. Bedford trying some interesting offense. Now here's Boone. Gunter to his right. They're going to try a hard count. I don't know that they're going to snap it here. Boone will take a timeout. The Hilltoppers line holds.
That is what you called preparedness, Jamie. Chardon had to have seen that on film. They knew what was coming, and they had the focus and the concentration not to jump on that hard snap.
Well, we'll pause. 7:04 to go here before halftime on GTV. Well, back here, and Bedford again, interesting formation. They've got some guys way off the line of scrimmage. So they're in a shotgun on 4th and 1. And now they move everybody. Boone is no longer the quarterback. Taking the snap in the wildcat, and he's hit. He does not get it. A direct snap to Kenneth Wilkins, the team's safety.
Tyler Bowles got in there. Was one of the first guys. Silas was in there. McKnight was in there.
Wilkins
what a job
is one
by
of the
defense.
Biggest players on Bedford's team. He takes a snap about 4 yards from the line of scrimmage, runs straight ahead into a wall. Wasn't even close.
Jamie, I understand the concept of trying to go for it and running the football, but Bedford has had the success passing tonight. I wouldn't have even bothered running it.
Hilltoppers back out on offense. Dinko in motion. There's the scissor play. Dinko hands it, and it is stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Not sure who that was. It was Ziegenfuss, Ethan Ziegenfuss. No gain on the play. He will come off the field. Once again, 4 rushing touchdowns tonight for the Hilltoppers. They have not been stopped.
No, and Bedford just having a tough time picking out who has the football, who's the ball carrier.
Beninati, the quarterback, fakes it, keeps it, straight ahead. There he goes. Tommy Beninati is in the secondary, 35, 30, 25. He will not run out of gas. Touchdown, Hilltoppers.
64 yards. Wow. That's what you call a quick strike. Second play of that, if you want to call it a drive. And Chardon, guess what? It's now running clock territory.
Not till the second half, but boy, right now this is as much of a one-sided football game as you will see. And we've seen some pretty one-sided games this year, including one against a Canadian football team earlier in the season. Bedford right now has absolutely no idea how to stop the Hilltoppers on defense. And so we'll pause 35-0 when we come back. Well, the Hilltoppers will kick off again. Remember, Bedford received the football to start the night, and they punted. They punted every time since then, and they were held on fourth down. Ziegenfuss has been sailing the ball deep. Here's another one.
Is it going to stay in bounds?
No, it won't. He aimed for the corner, and it does just go out of bounds before it goes into the end zone. My, this is a Bedford team that was at one point 5-0, 6-0, playing some big schools, a difficult schedule.
Just got the in-game yardages from our friend John Camp of News Herald, and we'll bring them to you after this play.
First down and 10, Bedford from the gun. Ball on the 35-yard line, their own 35. Boone has time, throwing toward the sideline. It's incomplete. Here comes a penalty flag. I think Chardon will get called for pass interference.
Yeah, there and get Cybus. He had his hands up and on cloud. Jamie, John has Chardon right now at 345 yards of total offense. And bear in mind, the Hilltoppers this year are averaging about 418 yards per game. So they're almost at their per game total right now in Bedford at 89 yards, folks.
They have not thrown the ball. First down and 10 after the pass interference. Ball is at midfield. Bedford's quarterback, Boone, has had some real pressure today. He hands it off. Gunter running left side. He's got about 1.5 yards.
Finish that last thought, Jamie. Bedford averages 361 per game. So it just shows you how, wow, negative 22 yards rushing for Bedford.
That, of
just
course,
shows you how dominant, Jamie, the Hilltoppers defense has been tonight.
Right, that's coming because of those sacks that they've had tonight on Boone. 4 wide receivers in the game. Boone will throw it. Wide receiver screen is caught, and getting positive yards is the young man, Davian Johnson, who will bring up about a 3rd down and 2. That's a positive play for the Bearcats. And we've seen them run that wide receiver screen at times.
Well, think of it. If you take away those big plays that the Hilltopper defense has given up, and it's only been 3 of them, Bedford's in negative yards overall.
Quarterback Boone takes a snap, throwing over the middle, intercepted. Ethan Ziegenfuss has it, and now he's going to return it. 40, 45, 50, and out of bounds at midfield.
The Bearcats are simply imploding right now in front of our very eyes. They're pressuring Jamie. They have not seen a defense, and most teams have not seen a defense like this Hilltopper defense. They come at you like madmen. They want to get you down. They want to knock you over and take the football, and that's what they just did right there on that pick.
4 minutes and 52 seconds to go before halftime. We do have the Chardon Marching Band for you at halftime. Bedford has a band here as well, and they are getting all set. Beninati from midfield, fakes it, is going to throw it. He actually gets sacked. So it's a loss on the play of about 5 yards.
That might be the first negative play we've seen Chardon today. And again, it just shows you, Jamie, how well the offensive line has been functioning for the Hilltoppers.
That was Rayshun Moten with the sack.
They've opened up huge holes for the Hilltoppers' backs to run through, and they've protected Beninati exceptionally well tonight.
So 2nd down and 15. Beninati from the gun. McKnight is in motion. Fakes. Here comes Beninati. He's got a lane. 45-40. He's into Bedford territory, and he has another Chardon first down.
Beninati is such a special player. His brother was good, but I think he's a little bit better.
2 seasons for each of them. Got to go back for TJ 2011 and 2012. That was Tommy's older brother. That 2012 was the last time the Hilltoppers hosted a home playoff game. They beat Howland, and Coach Mitch Hewitt said they've sold more tickets tonight than they did for that game. Here's Beninati, gives it. Dinko running far side around the corner, and he's got positive yards down to the Bedford 30-yard line. So far, it's been Beninati between the tackles with Sivas and Dinko around the end, and that's all you really need to know. Dinko's got 3 touchdowns. Beninati has 2. Chardon has not been stopped on offense.
On just his touchdowns, Dinko has well over 75 yards rushing.
2nd down and 5. Dinko's in motion. The fake. Here's Beninati. There he goes. 20. Puts his shoulder down inside the red zone. Another first down. Give him 15 or so more yards. And the clock right now at the 3-minute mark.
Now they are just pushing Bedford around every which way, Jamie.
Don Novotzik is the
no
offensive coordinator up in the press box. Don usually takes him a while to get up there. He knows a lot of people, a lot of smiles, a lot of handshakes. He's got his briefcase, comes out early. And right now, the offense clicking on all cylinders. That's Sivas, the fullback, straight ahead, positive yards.
Beninati at 175 rushing right now.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible when you see what they've done so far. They're getting into the range where, you think to yourself, could they run for 800 yards in a football game? I mean, I don't think so, but that's where they're headed.
And this is, again, week 1 of the playoffs, folks. It's not the regular season.
2nd down and 3. Beninati under center. Gives it left side. John McKnight is in for a touchdown.
Nice to see John McKnight get rewarded with the rock.
The sophomore, number 27, goes around the left-hand side, gaping hole, almost untouched. And Chardon has 41. Ziegenfuss will try to make it 42. And he does. Way up and way good. And so, yes, that's right. It is 42-0 Hilltoppers with 2 minutes to go before halftime. And we will pause. Be back here on GTV. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski, thanks for listening to us on GTV. If you're listening live at home like you can every Friday night, or if you're watching us this weekend on replay on GTV or on demand for free, just visit geaugatv.org. If you're a Hilltopper fan, this one's a keeper. Ziegenfuss kicks it off again. Got to wonder about that right leg of Ethan as he puts it to the 1 yard line. A good return across the 25 to the 27 yard line. Matt, he kicked off to start this game. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got 7 kickoffs here in the first half.
He's been a busy man. You include all the yardage that he's run on defense. The couple times he's touched the ball offensively.
He had a very big interception the last time Bedford was out. And all the Bearcats have done today is punt, get stopped on 4th down, and they have just the 1 turnover. They have protected the ball. They just have not been able to get first down. The throw is incomplete. Boone was hit as he threw. And if it would have been a better throw, it might have been picked off as Jesse Smith, the cornerback, really had a good look at it.
Yeah, Smith was kind of playing center field there, was really watching the QB. And one of the downsides to your defensive line being so tough, Jamie, is they just potentially took away an interception.
Bedford, a member of the Lake Erie Conference. Not a conference that Chardon sees very often if that pass is low and incomplete. So now 3rd down and 10.
No, and the Lake Erie League, that was at one point in time a very storied conference. You had teams like Menor and Euclid and Solon that were in the LEL, and things have changed now. It's drastically different. A lot of those guys are now in the Greater Cleveland Conference. But it's the LEL now almost more of, if you will, an inner city league, with a lot of the Heightses in their Shaker, Garfield, Cleveland Heights.
The give to Gunter on 3rd down straight ahead. He's the running back. He's got about 4 yards. So 4th down is coming. Bedford trailing 42 to nothing. I don't think they go for it here, to be honest with you, because, I mean, they're really in respectability area here. They need to work on making this game respectable.
Well, Jamie, here's the other thing.
They are going to go for it or do something. I don't know. It's 4th down and 5. On 4th down,
they're trying to get the right personnel on the field.
They've had some interesting formations. Here comes the punter into the game, Kevin Brewer, very, very late. Can't stress that enough. He just now is on the field to kick it. And they fake it, and they're going to get it. Gunter takes the direct snap, 50-40, and he is across the 30-yard line with 59 seconds to go. Bearcats with a big play on that punt.
The one huge advantage of having Ethan Ziegenfuss back there is he's used to making those kind of tackles. Jamie made a great decision there, came up, played the runner, made a solid textbook tackle to prevent a touchdown.
And now they only have, Bedford only has like 8 guys on the field right now. Maybe not. They have 11. Do they have 11?
11.
All right. The first down to throw. Boone has time. He's hit as he throws into the end zone. And it is incomplete. Mason Ziegenfuss got a hand on it.
Boy, nearly a brother act with dueling interceptions. Just couldn't hang on. Needed that other arm.
4 Hilltopper defenders in the end zone there. Only 1 Bedford player who did not have much of a chance. And again, Boone was hit hard as he threw it. We have 36 seconds left. Bedford has 1 timeout left.
Jamie, I'm just shaking my head on how impressive the Hilltopper defense has been so far tonight. Amazing.
Boone takes the snap. Just 4 men rushing, throwing again deep into the end zone. Incomplete. That time it was Jesse Smith who almost intercepted it.
I had a chance to talk with Jesse Smith last week after the game. Very polite young man. Had some great responses as to what their goal was at the end of the year and what perfection meant for him. And this is a Chardon team that, among their goals, winning the Western Reserve Conference, finishing 10-0, getting a home game in Week 11. And Jamie, they're about to get another game. It's going to be in Week 12.
It's not yet halftime, though. There's 29 seconds to go. Boone is from the gun. He's got 5 wide receivers to his left and to his right. He takes the snap. He's looking much shorter. Now he again throws to the end zone, and he overshoots the target, who was Cloud. Trenton Cloud Bearcats' leading receiver, and now it's 4th down and 10.
Yeah, he was hit again. Boone just under so much pressure.
This young man is a senior. He's 5'10", 175 pounds. He throws a nice ball. I mean, when he's getting rid of it and he has some time to set his feet, he's got a tight spiral and he throws it really on a line. The problem is he doesn't have much time and he doesn't have great vision because, again, he is listed at 5'10", but not easy to see over this line. It's 4th down with 24 seconds. Boone, 3-step drop, throwing toward the sideline, incomplete. Nowhere close. Miscommunication between Boone and the intended receiver, and so the Hilltopper offense back on the field.
Him and Johnson were simply on 2 different pages there. Johnson was still running, was going to eventually break and turn the other way, but again, credit the Chardon defense. Boone felt he had to throw that ball quickly, Jamie.
Head coach Mitch Hewitt, as we've talked about a lot tonight. And let's go ahead and give Brian Landis some credit, the Chardon defensive coordinator. And they're going to take a knee. There's the knee. The clock will run out. 15 seconds now and counting. Stay with us at halftime. We're going to have the Chardon marching band. And right now the Hilltoppers on top 42-0. We'll be back for the second half here on GTV. Hilltopper Playoff Football is brought to you by the Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club in coordination with GTV and the considerable support of the following businesses. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Burr Funeral Home, Conic Law, LLC, Foot and Ankle Specialists of Ohio, Junction Auto Family, the Chardon Smile Center, the Middlefield Banking Company, Square Bistro and Lore Bistro and Sushi Bar, Consumer Tire, Keller Williams, El Patron, Ison Racing Team, DNS Automotive, The Goddard School, Residence Artists, Great Lakes Cheese, Spencer Printing Concepts, the Bass Lake Tavern and Inn, Precision Orthopedics, Boozagon Audio Video, the Chardon Athletic Boosters, Aqueduct, GTV. Hilltopper Playoff Football on GTV is also brought to you by Cabanas and Chesterland Tavern, Adler Sports and Ash Mayfield Window Cleaning, Chardon Welding, and Alvort's Yard and Garden.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Introducing the 2016 Chardon Hilltopper Marching Band. The band is being led onto the field by our field commander, Senior Nick Schragle. Tonight's show includes some of our favorite tunes from this season. Up first with the 1971 hit from Deep Purple, here is Smoke on the Water. selection is from our Guitar Hero show, featuring our majorettes with Captain Hallie Spino and trumpets Jason Teisel and Matt Moore. Go ahead and sing along to the classic Journey tune, Don't Stop Believin'. Tonight's performance with a tune from our 80s one-hit wonder show, featuring our topperettes with seniors Audrey Drago, Katie Stagg, Morgan Geisheimer, and Sarah Seifert. Here is Safety Dance. fight song.
Hilltopper Playoff Football is brought to you by the Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club in coordination with GTV and the considerable support of the following businesses. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Burr Funeral Home, Conic Law, LLC, Foot and Ankle Specialists of Ohio, Junction Auto Family, the Chardon Smile Center, the Middlefield Banking Company, Square Bistro and Lore Bistro and Sushi Bar, Consumer Tire, Keller Williams, El Patron, Ison Racing Team, DNS Automotive, The Goddard School, Residence Artists, Great Lakes Cheese, Spencer Printing Concepts, the Bass Lake Tavern and Inn, Precision Orthopedics, Boozagon Audio Video, the Chardon Athletic Boosters, Aqueduct, GTV. Hilltopper Playoff Football on GTV is also brought to you by CCM, Chardon Chester Rental and Chardon Tavern, KT's Custom Logos and Less Engineering, the McCaskey Team, and Joe Burnett at Union Home Mortgage.
And welcome back here, Memorial Field. Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski, great halftime as always. Bedford trailing big, will kick off down the middle of the field. Low line driver, skips a few times. Ethan Ziegenfuss picks it up at the 20, reverses his course, still on his feet, and he's got about 10 yards on the return. Well, the Chardon Hilltoppers on offense, Matt, they did not throw the football.
Why bother?
They acted like they were going to, but again, no need. They did run for
383 yards of offense. You break it, 393. Beninati, 10 carries, 177 yards. Cybus, 4 for 99. Dinko, 6 for 93.
Beninati trying to go over 2,000 yards on the season. He'll carry it first up the middle, and there he goes. He only needs 54 yards here in this second half. It would be hard to imagine him not getting it as he now goes for 14 on the half's first carry.
Well, figure at this rate they'll only play another quarter, and then we'll see the subs come in.
Already some new faces coming in for Chardon. It is Trevor Swick, number 11, has a letter. He's a senior. Dom Ricci is a split end here on the near side. From the gun, Beninati giving to Dinko, and he goes straight ahead for 5 yards. Ball will be placed at the 50-yard line.
Joe Dinko, what a great story he is, Jamie. Last week was inching closer and closer to that 1,000-yard mark, busted off a nice size run, put him a little bit short, and then ripped off a 54-yard touchdown run that was the difference and gave him his 1,045 yards entering today.
He's got 3 touchdowns today. This offensive juggernaut under center, Beninati gives to Cybus straight ahead. He's got about 4 yards, so it'll be 3rd down and 1. Because of the rules now in the Ohio High School Athletic Association, part of the reason, of course, trying to keep these young men safe down on the field, the clock is going to run for most of this second half with the 42-0 Chardon lead.
The only time it will stop is after a score or a timeout or a penalty flag. 3rd down and 1. Beninati under center. Dinko in motion. Gives straight ahead. Cybus. 1st down and much more. He's got 7 yards.
And if that run breaks the 100-yard mark. You know, Jamie, running clock here at Chardon Memorial. And this is the 9th game of the year that has had a running clock for the Hilltoppers. The only games that did not, West Geauga and Mayfield.
Just imagine that. Beninati from the gun. Chardon offense going from left to right from our vantage point, moving down the field. Man in motion. Penalty flag is one of the Bedford players it looked like jumped, and he did. That's number 94, Rayshawn Moten.
Yeah, crossed the neutral zone a little early.
And the 5-yard penalty makes it 1st down and 5. Ball moved out to the 33-yard line. Well, the Hilltoppers a perfect 10-0. They won the Western Reserve Conference, which it can be said was not the strongest that it's ever been, at least from the records of those teams. However, I mean, you look at the competition week in and week out. To go 7-0 in conference is a big deal. Dinko running on the right side, and he's got a 1st down. Give him 7 more yards.
Hilltoppers just being very methodical, Jamie. It's what you'd expect of them.
7th year for head coach Mitch Hewitt. I had said 6 earlier, but Mitch has brought in a lot of Chardon graduates himself. Longtime Chardon fans. This is a very close-knit coaching staff. You look at guys like Dave Toddy. Bill Overton returns. Dakota Romine is the boys' lacrosse coach. The Don Novotzik, longtime Chardon guy in the Hall of Fame. Beninati on 1st down, carrying it right side, breaking tackles inside the 15 to the 12. Chad Morawski's on staff, Matt. He's the head boys varsity basketball coach who we'll be seeing and talking about.
He had a great JV year last year.
Bob Francis is a teacher, former athletic director. Brian Landes is a graduate, played with Mitch. Marty Makar has been coaching the kickers for many, many years. It's just a really tight group that's been together now for many years, and we're seeing the fruits of all of that labor tonight. Beninati is going to throw it, and he does. It's complete, but it's for negative yards, actually, behind the line of scrimmage. Ethan Ziegenfuss will lose 3.
That'll hurt his average a little bit.
And I think that was probably a forward pass. We'll see what the official, because if it wasn't, then they still will have not thrown a football. But you look at this team now out here right now, Matt, and as Nate Thompson checks into the game for Chardon, they've already used half of this 3rd quarter, and they are just moving the ball slowly at will. Man in motion, there's the give. Dinko running right side. Here comes a penalty flag. 3 penalty flags.
I think everybody saw that holding.
Have not been many penalties.
No, it is.
Chardon.
It's been a relatively clean game for the Hilltoppers. I mean, in all honesty, really on both sides. A couple of penalties for the Bearcats jumping early, but
this time of the year, you see the best officials that the OHSAA has to offer. They rank their officials all season long, and then the crews with the most experience and the best ratings get the playoff assignments. Out there tonight, the referee, Gene Malushnik. Our umpire is Nathan Lee. George Etu is the head linesman. Ronald Strouser is on the other side of the line, and Robert Sutyak is our back judge. 2nd and 21 after the penalty, so that one hurt. Ziegenfuss is in motion. He's the ball carrier. Left-hand side, gets out, breaking some tackles. He only gets about 3 yards on the carry, so ball placed at the 20-yard line.
third down coming. Well, Matt, you had a chance to talk to the athletic director, Doug Snyder, and there's a lot of people here tonight.
A lot of people, Jamie. Doug estimates about 4,000 here at Chardon Memorial tonight. He said pre-sale tickets top 2,000 when you take Bedford and Chardon both into account. Chardon was over 1,600 pre-sale tickets heading into tonight's game.
Bedinati wants to throw it, or screenplay. Ziegenfuss catches it, and he goes down backward. A big loss on the play, actually. So it was 3rd and 18. You're going to have to back him up 6 more yards. And now this Chardon offense, which has not been stopped once tonight, will be faced with about a 4th and 25. And they're going to send the punt unit out on the field.
No, they're not. Ziegenfuss is going to attempt the field goal.
Oh, yeah,
Jamie.
you're right.
This would be a career long for him. 43
Ball's at the
yards.
33-yard line, so it's on the far hash. This is a 43-yard high school field goal. The snap and the hold, and the kick is up. It had the distance, but it was wide right. No good. It would have been easily good had he been able to locate it down the middle. And that actually will give Bedford great field position on the miss. So
Ethan has had very few opportunities to kick field goals this year.
he only has 1 on the season. And that's not because he's missing them. That's just because...
No, when you put up as many points as Chardon does,
Right.
when you're averaging 49 a ball game, very few reasons to kick the football.
So ball at the 20, they're going to throw it. Boone, and it's almost intercepted. Ethan Ziegenfuss, who just attempted the kick, almost picked that ball off.
Now, he had one earlier in the game that led to a touchdown. And Jamie, for these defensive players right now, that for the most part, the starting unit's still out there. I think maybe a couple guys that are subbed in.
Boone again to throw. Far side complete. Immediately wrapped up and taken out of bounds after a gain of about 6 on the completion. That was Jeremy Collins, who is a junior wide receiver on the catch.
Could be some of the last few minutes that these guys play here at their home stadium, Chardon Memorial Field.
That's right. We'll be at a neutral location next week. And right now, it'll be the winner of Warren Harding. It's incomplete through the hands of the intended receiver, or Broadview Brecksville Heights. And the last we heard, Harding was winning that game comfortably. So if we can get a score before we're done, we'll let you know. Clock, though, is still running here. This is going to be a quick third quarter. And Bedford on 4th down and 4 will send their punter out. That doesn't mean they're going to kick it. They've faked one already tonight. And this one they will kick. So Brewer left foots it in the air, not a good kick. It hits at the 48, goes into Chardon territory, and it'll be down at the 41-yard line. Well, don't forget you can visit GeaugaTV.org and sign up for our ePlay service, ePlay Replay email service. That way,
I love it. You're making up new things for Dave Jevnikar to work on.
that way it's not bad. It could have been worse. Sign up for the email service. That way, when we set the schedule, you'll be the first to know. Just visit GeaugaTV.org. Brian Foster just looked up at me like, what? Penalty flag down. And the penalty is going to go against Bedford for an offsides.
Jamie, this Hilltopper offense, Tommy Bedinati closing in on 2,000 yards for the season. Well, how special would it be for him to do it here at home tonight?
It's very close. First down and 5. He takes the snap. He's going to throw it again. Deep over the middle. McKnight makes the catch.
What a job by John McKnight.
Falls to the ground at the 23-yard line.
McKnight is a guy that doesn't get the ball thrown to him very often.
He's got a touchdown tonight.
Yeah, but when he does, he's made what very few catches have been, or catches what very few passes have been thrown his way.
There are also very few sophomores on this Chardon team that get a chance to play much and make any kind of impact. This is a senior-laden team just with a couple of juniors sprinkled in. So great job, John McKnight. Might be the last play of the first quarter, or third quarter, I'm sorry, actually. Here's Beninati, fakes it, keeps it, up the middle. There he goes, 15. He fumbled it. And the Bearcats say they have it. Officials have not signaled yet. Now they do. Bedford football on the Beninati fumble.
Got to go back and check, but I believe that's only the 5th turnover of the season for Chardon, Jamie, and I think it's the first since the Brush game. It's been a while. Definitely been a while.
Chardon trying to get off the field, and I see a flag get dropped by the umpire. Now, going the wrong way is Davion Johnson. But there was a penalty flag.
Yeah.
The Hilltoppers had a hard time getting somebody off the field. Maybe, we'll see. If the play stands, Johnson loses 14 yards on that. And now they're talking to Mitch Hewitt. The third quarter has ended, but let's keep it right here until we can figure out what we're about to see. And the penalties against Bedford. So Chardon does get off the field in time. Penalty, of course, declined, and so the Bearcats are in quite a bind when we start this fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere here on GTV.
Hilltopper Playoff Football is brought to you by the Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club in coordination with GTV and the considerable support of the following businesses. Tonight's game is brought to you by the Burr Funeral Home, Conic Law, LLC, Foot and Ankle Specialists of Ohio, Junction Auto Family, the Chardon Smile Center, the Middlefield Banking Company, Square Bistro and Lore Bistro and Sushi Bar, Consumer Tire, Keller Williams, El Patron, Ison Racing Team, DNS Automotive, the Goddard School, Residence Artists, Great Lakes Cheese, Spencer Printing Concepts, the Bass Lake Tavern and Inn, Precision Orthopedics, Boozagon Audio Video, the Chardon Athletic Boosters, Aquedoc, GTV.
Back here in the fourth quarter, Jamie Ward, Matt Jaworski, 12 minutes on the clock. Hilltoppers on top, 42-0. The Bearcats have the football, and it's on their own 2-yard line. Even though they ran a play that says first down, it should not be first down. Scoreboard also wrong. They're running it, nothing doing, no gain. Hilltoppers think they might have a safety. They do not.
I think Bedford might have lost a yard, though, back to maybe the 1.
It might have. It is now third down, and it's at least 20. And they're very deep.
Boy, third and forever.
22 is what the scoreboard officially says. Quarterback takes a snap,
He's pressured, running, throwing deep, middle, intercepted. Easy interception. He might take it to the house. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Chardon.
Mason Ziegenfuss.
Mason Ziegenfuss, the junior, takes it in, and he was like a center fielder back there at that safety position, and Bedford threw it right to him. No signal. The scoreboard not updated. It was a touchdown though, so this is the extra point. Some of the fans also confused. It is now 48 points for Chardon. And Mason's older brother, Ethan, out on the field. These are two outstanding soccer players who do not play for Chardon's varsity team, but they do play club soccer in the off-season. And the kick is up and good. So with 10:55 to go in the fourth quarter, Mason Ziegenfuss gets Chardon a defensive touchdown, and we will be back here on GTV. Well, even though there are lots and lots of people here at Chardon Memorial Field, it's actually kind of quiet because not anything to cheer for on the Bedford side of the field. And here on the Chardon side of the field, people may be starting to think about what they want to do after the game. And there has just been a one-sided first-round playoff football game on the field tonight. Ethan Ziegenfuss again likes to go to the left side, strong side. It's fielded at the 1-yard line by Davion Johnson. He's taking it across field. Good return across the 20 to the 25. And he goes out of bounds.
Hey, Jamie, I want to let everybody know that the CHS Drama Department will present Welcome to the Monkey House, a play adopted from the collection of short stories written by the same name by Kurt Vonnegut?
Kurt Vonnegut.
Performance date and curtain times include November 17, 18, and 19 at 7 p.m., November 20th at 2 p.m., and that is at the Park Auditorium on Chardon Square. Adult tickets are $8, student tickets are $5. Should be fun for the Welcome to the Monkey House play.
Must have been a penalty holding, yes, against Bedford. So they're going to start now at their own 10-yard line. And they've got a new young man playing quarterback. It's number 11, hands it off to Gunter. Far side, goes out of bounds, breaks some tackles, gets close to a first down. It's Kenneth Wilkins, number 11, taking snaps for Bedford. And I don't know if that was just a wildcat or if maybe they're going to make a change. Maybe Boone. He's been hit tonight many times.
Well, I can tell you, there's the Chardon second string D in there.
Running with the football for Bedford and breaking tackles now across midfield. Bedford might score. 30, 20, 10, and a touchdown. All the way to the house is Lemuel McMichael.
Now Bedford finally gets on the scoreboard. How about that?
It's a long run, 90 yards, or 80 plus. So, those guys better get warmed up. Out to attempt the extra point is Solomé Sek. Jeremy Collins is the holder for Bedford. And now they bring in a new kicker at the last minute.
Okay.
Jared Weingart. They just run a new kicker out, and Weingart actually misses it wide left.
So that makes the score 49-6. And we'll pause, be back here on GTV. And now, return team out on the field for Chardon. Just the second time Bedford has kicked off. Kick toward the middle, bounces, taken at the 10-yard line. And across the 25 to the 27, out of bounds. That was Brandon Frania. So Hilltoppers are going to go with a new unit out on the field on offense. We see number 34, Dylan Hemley, come on to play quarterback. Matt, you would have probably seen quite a bit of Dylan this year.
Indeed we have. Done a nice job.
Under center, the give, straight ahead. That was Tyler Waskovich, number 23, the ball carrier. So a bunch of new Hilltoppers in the game will get their names. Jared Barker, one of those young men, the junior, 6'7", 250 pounds. Second down and 6. Waskovich shifts over, Hemley under center. Gives it, and there's a whistle, no play. That was Frania.
Well, Jamie, you want to... That penalty will go against
Bedford.
Want to send congratulations out to CHS senior Nick Schregel. Nick has qualified as a semi-finalist in the 2017 National Merit Scholarship Program. Congratulations, Nick. Wish you the best of luck in that. What an honor to be a semi-finalist in the National Merit Scholarship Program. Wow.
So on second down, Hemley's going to keep it himself, running left side into Bedford territory and out of bounds across the 45.
Well, nice run by Hemley. And Jamie, you know, that's one of the nice things that Chardon has done tonight. They've been able to get around the end and really make Bedford pay on the outside.
Special shout out to the Chardon cheerleaders this year. Caitlin Altman, Sydney Biello, Kelly Bolden, Emily Kurtalik, Olivia D'Amico, Haley DeShetler, Haley Frank. First and 10 for Chardon. Hemley under center, turns, gives to Waskovich. He's hit hard, but it's got positive yards. Finishing up those cheerleaders, Grace Georgie, Clara Kalis, Jaden Lynn, Allie Malloy, Cassidy McBride, Alexis Shanks, and Grace Turks. Coach Melissa Altman always does a great job with the cheerleaders, not just the group that cheers at football games and boys basketball games, but they've got a competition squad as well that competes. So 2-yard gain brings up second down and 8, clock running at 6 minutes. Hemley fakes left side, positive yards, but he does not have a first down. In fact, he's about 3 yards short.
Well, at this stage, though, you just want to see these guys continue to move the football forward, Jamie. You don't necessarily need to bust off a big, 40, 50-yard run here. Just continue to eat up the clock. The clock's running regardless.
Grant Googe in the game, as is Andrew Kobacheski. Also, Mass Lichty.
Taking the snap, running right side is Kobacheski. Now he's playing quarterback. It was 3rd and 5. He's close to the first down, and it will be 4th down now.
Want to remind everybody, Winter Sports is just around the corner here on GTV. We'll have Winter Sports and holiday concerts in the not too distant future. Make sure to check our website, jogatv.org, for more information. Also, watch us on Twitter, GTV Replays. We'll have that information up there too for you.
4th down. 2 yards. It's a short 2. Kobacheski's a quarterback. He gives it, running right side. The ball carrier has a first down. That's A.J. Peterson.
Now, make no mistake about it. These guys want to score, Jamie. And, oh, we got a Bearcat down on the field.
Injury stops the clock at 4:16. We'll pause. It's 49-6 Hilltoppers here on GTV. And we're back as the injured Bedford Bearcat is off the field. He looks to be okay. That was Bradley Ivy. Clock again is running. 1st and 10. Kobacheski playing quarterback, giving it left-hand side. That was, I think, Wade Novak?
Yep.
Yeah. He gets about 2 yards. And so, clock here continues to run. It was all Chardon right from the beginning. Beninati scored from 6 yards out, then Dinko from 7. Dinko ran for 64 yards. Then Dinko again, a 4-yard touchdown set up by an 82-yard Cyrus run. Snap on 2nd and 8 is Kobacheski with the keeper. Positive yards, give him about 5. Then Beninati, 64 more yards on the touchdown. And then I stopped writing it down, Matt. What do you got?
Where are we at? The Beninati 64-yarder.
I got the first 5.
Yeah, McKnight, the 4-yard touchdown run.
That's right.
That made it 42-0, and then the Mason Ziegenfuss interception return early in the 4th made it 49-0, and McMichaels for Bedford had that 90-yard run to make it 49-6.
3rd down and 4. Man in motion. Fakes. Kobacheski will keep it. Does not have enough for the first down. Hey, don't forget next week, although we don't yet know the opponent and we don't yet know where we will be, we will have Hilltopper football for you live on GTV. So you can find us on cable. You can find us on the internet. Visit jogatv.org where you can listen live for free. And if you can't make the drive down, wherever it may be, we've heard Ravenna. There's some other places that it could be as well. But
well, it won't be in Geauga County. We know that much.
Won't be here. Not at Memorial Field. This is the last 2 minutes. And a team that actually played 6 home games here this year. This is the 7th. And they will be 7-0. Kobacheski, touchdown, left-hand side. A 23-yard score for that young man. The sophomore playing quarterback.
Well, that should just about do it, my friend.
Oh, is that it? Is that the
I
is
hope
that the
so.
clincher?
I'm running out of room in my sheet of
Matt
paper.
is cold. Let me just guarantee you, he is freezing cold right now.
Actually, I'm not doing bad. Got
I
my
can
hat
see
and
you
gloves
shivering.
on.
I can see you shivering a little bit.
Yeah,
periodically.
It's the offense. I'm just getting chills with how they're playing. It's beautiful.
After the game, we'll go down to the field for a quick post game. Kick is up and good. So 56 for the Hilltoppers,
6 for Bedford after we kick off. Clock will get moving again. And
would love to know what the Hilltopper record is for points scored in a playoff game.
I don't know. There's been an awful lot of them over the years since this team went to the playoffs for the first time when head coach Bob Doyle turned this whole program around. It was some lean years in the 70s and 80s before Doyle brought in this offense, brought in a style of football and a practice style that focused on bigger, stronger, and faster, which Mitch Hewitt believes in wholeheartedly. That's one of the reasons that he's had some success. Really, that first year, I think he was 4-6, but in the 6 years after, 500 or better. This marks another playoff appearance, and these young men are just, they're running the offense. They're running the same system. And Matt, I don't know if you knew this or not, but the JV team this year went 10-0. So plenty of things to feel good about. The kick actually goes out of bounds.
Well, in Chardon, the more things stay the same, the more things stay the same in a sense. Keep the wing tee, continue to make the playoffs.
So how many playoff games do they've got there? It's an awful lot.
87, 88, 93, 94, 95, 6, 7, then 2001, 3, 6, 2012, 14, 15, so 3 years in a row now for Chardon here in the postseason.
Winning record at 24-15. It'll be 25-15 after tonight. It's a lot of playoff games. 1994 Division II state champions, and in 98 the state runner-up. I was on my way home last week from the Battle of the Kinsman Cup between Cardinal and Berkshire. Bedford running the ball on first down, going nowhere, backward. Got back here into Chardon, and sure enough, just as you had left the team and they got on the buses, as soon as they got to the square, Matt, they got the fire trucks going, sirens going, and they went around the square celebrating that perfect 10-0 season. A lot of people were watching the Indians at that time. Game 3 was at a pretty critical point, but these young men were just celebrating as they should what has been a remarkable season, and it will continue.
Well, Jamie, we talked about this in the very beginning and worth bringing up again here. This team has been perfect. 10-0, now 11-0, and ultimately, for them to reach their ultimate goal, they need to stay perfect for 4 more games. But they have an opponent yet to be determined that they've got to get by next week now.
Bedford's going to run the ball on third down. They get the first down and go out of bounds. Clock is running with 15 seconds. They don't have to snap it again, and I'm not sure that they will. They are going to, there is a Hilltopper now down in the backfield.
And they will stop the clock for that injury.
Yep, 10 seconds left. We'll pause too here on GTV. And we're back. 10 seconds to go. This should be the final snap of the game tonight.
Coming to you, Fleck! Coming to you, Fleck!
Running the ball to the middle of the field. That is the final play, and we have a final score. Again, it's 56-6. Chardon advancing past the first round of Division II Region 5, and they will continue to play football for another week, Matt. There was just no doubt about this from the very beginning.
Absolutely. Chardon continues their dominance here in 2016.
Let's go down to the field, pause, and be back here on GTV.
Hilltopper Playoff Football is brought to you by the Chardon Hilltopper Gridiron Club in coordination with GTV and the considerable support of the following businesses. Tonight's game is brought to you by The Burr Funeral Home, Conic Law, LLC, Foot and Ankle Specialists of Ohio, Junction Auto Family, the Chardon Smile Center, the Middlefield Banking Company, Square Bistro and Lore Bistro and Sushi Bar, Consumer Tire, Keller Williams, El Patron, Ison Racing Team, DNS Automotive, the Goddard School, Residence Artists, Great Lakes Cheese, Spencer Printing Concepts, the Bass Lake Tavern and Inn, Precision Orthopedics, Boozagon Audio Video, the Chardon Athletic Boosters, Aquedoc, GTV. Hilltopper Playoff Football on GTV is also brought to you by Cabanas and Chesterland Tavern, Adler Sports and Ash Mayfield Window Cleaning, Chardon Welding, and Alvord's Yard and Garden. Hilltopper Playoff Football on GTV is also brought to you by CCM, Chardon Chester Rental and Chardon Tavern, KT's Custom Logos and Less Engineering, the McCaskey Team, and Joe Burnett at Union Home Mortgage.
Good job. Just stay back there.
Hey guys, good job, defense, secondary. I don't know if anybody can say we haven't been tested now, right? I mean, those guys can run, they can throw. That kid had 2,500 yards coming into the game, throwing the ball. So that's a really, really good job. Week 12, the stage gets bigger, the lights get brighter, so let's turn it up.
Hey, how's that one feel?
Yeah!
That is a beautiful thing right there. Look at that. That was number one. 4 more to go, right?
Yes,
4 more. Great job,
stay
man.
focused,
Congratulations.
enjoy tonight. I know I'm going to put my head on my pillow thinking about how many times that quarterback got hit. Great job, fellas. I mean, that's, you know, I'm not happy that we didn't score twice in the second half, but that's a great job. Fellas, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. I agree. Hey, we can play with anybody. We don't need to be intimidated by anybody. And I don't care who shows up next. The Hilltoppers are coming. Genghis Khan.
I would just quickly say, and I'll let you guys enjoy the night, is you exceed my expectations every week. You know what I mean? Like last week, I don't know that I predicted that score. This week, I certainly didn't predict 56-6. You exceed my expectations every week. And I'm really, really proud of you. And together, we got a hell of a team. You know what I'm saying? And now the beauty of it is we get to take this show on the road. And for the first time all year, you might be the underdog. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because the process is proven. We're not intimidated by anyone. That's a good offense. I mean, offensively, I expected us to score some points. I mean, 6 shutout, right? 6 was in the. That's unbelievable. They got dudes over there. So my hat's off to you guys. You've done everything we asked and some. And it's a great feeling. I'll end on this. It's a great feeling to go to war with a whole bunch of dudes you trust. I'm really, really proud of you. Make sure we're living right? Keep the eggs in the dairy section, all of that.
Hey, Coach O, is that exemplary?
Hey, we should break it down.
And once again, 56-6, the scoreboard lights up, and a great crowd tonight. Students getting ready to take the field. And Matt, we will be back next week. Don't forget, visit GeaugaTV.org for replay dates and times. For Brian Foster out down on the field and Chris Graw upstairs, executive producer Dave Jevnikar, thanks to you, Matt Jaworski. I'm Jamie Ward. We'll see you soon.